Have you ever wondered if the person beside you is really ready to take the next step? Maybe you've noticed small changes, gestures that didn't exist before, or a new seriousness in the way they engage with you. In moments like these, doubt can be a burden, but also an opportunity to see beyond the surface. If you feel that something has changed, that the signs of commitment are becoming clearer, you're probably right. People who want to build something genuine do so subtly but consistently. And when you know what to look for, the signs become impossible to ignore. Now imagine, the conversations are deeper, the messages more frequent, and there is a real desire to include you in future plans. These are moments that speak volumes about what is to come, even if the words are not fully formed yet. Small acts like a longer gaze, a hand that holds yours firmly, or even that desire to share dreams, pains, and victories. Each of these gestures are silent ways of saying, "I'm here, I'm willing to go beyond." Often the desire to commit starts from within, in the way the person begins to prioritize you. Before, perhaps the meetings were casual, fitted between commitments or day-to-day distractions. But now, something is different. You are a priority. The effort to be by your side is clearer, and even amidst challenges, this person finds ways to show you that you matter. This type of dedicated attention is a powerful sign, a message that they are willing to build, invest, and truly be present. You also notice that the plans for the future now involve you. The future is no longer a distant, vague idea. It is something she shares, with small hints of what she wants to build by your side. From trips to long-term projects, the intentions are beginning to be revealed. Each choice seems to have a care, an intention that was not so present before. This is more than words. It is the silent intention of commitment that goes beyond the here and now. But the deeper question might be, are you ready to receive this? Because true commitment requires reciprocity, and when the signs are there, it's an invitation to reflect on whether you also want to dive into this new stage. This is the moment to open your heart and allow yourself to respond to what you see. After all, commitment is a two-way street, where the true sense of being together involves willingness, dedication, and building something beyond just a casual relationship. When we encounter these signs of commitment, it is natural to be enveloped by a mixture of emotions, anxiety, desire, even fear. After all, commitment is a journey of two souls willing to unite, with their joys and vulnerabilities, their stories and dreams, and their own fears. It is not easy to let go of uncertainty and make room for what could be a true partnership, but when the person by your side is making it clear that they are ready, the universe seems to conspire for something special to happen. You begin to realize that the signs of commitment are not just words said in moments of excitement. They are actions that show a real desire to be there in an authentic and lasting way. There is a respect that manifests in the care for what you feel and think. The person who is ready to commit has a different way of listening. They do not just hear what they want to hear, but what they need to truly understand you. They do not shy away from difficult topics or minimize your concerns. This commitment is revealed in genuine dialogues, where both allow themselves to be who they really are without fear of judgment. In this space, fears, insecurities, and doubts find a refuge where they can be embraced instead of rejected. You feel that you can be vulnerable, and rather than driving the person away, it brings them closer, ready to build something solid and meaningful by your side. One of the biggest signs that someone is ready to commit is transparency. There is a genuine effort to share life openly, without hiding secrets or sides that have until now remained hidden. Defenses start to fall, and you begin to see the person as they truly are, without masks or disguises. They show you their weaknesses, regrets, and flaws, and expect you to accept them completely, just as they are willing to accept you. This openness is a deep act of trust that only someone prepared for a true relationship is capable of doing. And there's something transformative in this process, because by allowing someone to enter our life with such intensity, we end up getting to know ourselves better as well. Commitment is not only about the other person, it is an opportunity to grow, to look within, and realize if we are ready to give our own vulnerability. In moments of silence, when words are not needed, you feel that you are building something deeper than just a casual relationship. It is as if, Little by little, both are shaping a sacred space where trust, reciprocity, and respect become pillars of this commitment. As this relationship matures, you notice a subtle change in the person's behavior. Their choices start to be made thinking about us instead of me. In situations where they would previously act alone, there is now consideration, consultation, and a concern to include you in decisions. This is a clear sign of commitment, as it shows that they see you as an integrated part of their life. And this change, as simple as it may seem, is profound. It's not about grand gestures, but about consistency in daily life, the care that naturally arises, the desire to grow together. At times, challenges may arise, tests that measure the resilience of this commitment. After all, the path to a true relationship is not always smooth, but the one who is truly willing to commit does not waver at the first difficulty. On the contrary, they become even more steadfast, more determined. In difficult moments, you realize that this person is by your side not out of obligation, but because they see value in staying, in building, in facing challenges with you. There is a strength that comes from mutual commitment, where difficulties transform into learning, and love, instead of wearing out, strengthens. This sense of security is rare, knowing that, even in uncertainties, there is stability, a partnership that goes beyond the superficial. That person who is by your side because they chose to be there, not because they need to or out of convenience. When someone is truly ready to commit, they create an environment where you can be who you are, without fear of losing the connection. Every choice, every gesture, every word reflects this desire to be together completely and wholly, without reservations. And perhaps the most beautiful thing about commitment is the ability to create a space where both dreams can flourish. It's not that you stop having individuality or that you need to give up on your own desires, but there is a balance, a meeting point between what you want and what both can build together. The dreams begin to align, and slowly you realize that the person by your side is not just someone to share good moments with, but also to plan the future, face adversities, and celebrate achievements. There are also small signs that may go unnoticed if you are not attentive. The way she looks at you, with a depth that says much more than words could express. The touch that lingers, the attention to details that are a part of you. It is these almost imperceptible gestures that demonstrate the presence, the care, and the affection of someone who truly cares. The person ready to commit shows in everyday life that you are special, that you are worth the emotional investment, that your relationship is unique. If you feel that these signs are present, that this person is opening up to commitment, perhaps it is the moment to allow yourself to feel, to also surrender, to trust. Because commitment is not a contract, but a choice made every day. A choice to be present, to invest, to care. It is an act of courage, both for the one who offers and for the one who receives. And when both are ready for this step, love has the chance to develop in all its depth, as a force capable of transforming, healing, and inspiring. So if you are noticing these signs, it is life's invitation to open your heart. It is time to leave doubts behind, embrace what love is offering, and allow yourself to experience it without reservations. After all, true relationships require commitment, and perhaps by taking this step, you will discover a connection that goes beyond what you imagined, a love that grows and becomes stronger over time. Noticing these signs is like the universe giving us a chance, a call to experience something deeper, something that surpasses the fear and uncertainties that so often make us hesitate. Because for many, truly committing to a relationship can seem daunting. There is the fear of opening up, of exposing oneself. But when the signs of commitment are clear, it is a reminder that reciprocity is there, that the person by your side is willing to go further, and this invites us to trust, to allow intimacy to grow. True commitment is built through the consistency of small gestures, an unexpected message in the middle of the day just to check on you, the time she sets aside exclusively to be with you, the eyes that light up when they hear you talk about your dreams. All of these are fragments that build a lasting relationship. Those who genuinely want to be by your side show it. And it is through these actions that you begin to realize that love, when it is true, is drawn with simple yet profound strokes. And in this process of surrender, something magical happens. You start to feel more comfortable being yourself. There is no need for games, masks, or any effort to impress. It's a relationship that embraces, that understands we are imperfect, but still worthy of love. The person ready to commit to you sees beauty in your vulnerabilities, understands your flaws, and supports you in your internal battles. This mutual understanding, this feeling of being accepted exactly as you are, creates a solid foundation for love to flourish. It is a path that will not always be free of difficulties. There will be days of uncertainty, moments when the ego may try to interfere and provoke insecurities, but the commitment lies precisely in the decision to overcome these barriers, to choose dialogue and empathy instead of pride and distance. A true relationship strengthens in these moments, because that's when both show their willingness to resolve, to move forward, to make each challenge a step ahead, not a barrier. You realize the relationship has become a place of rest and refuge, where you can reconnect with what is essential amid the hustle and bustle of the outside world. When someone is willing to commit, you become part of what they consider home. And there is something incredibly powerful in feeling that, no matter what happens out there, you have a place of embrace, a place where you can be understood and supported. This kind of love has the power to transform us, to make us grow, because it encourages us to be our best version. However, this commitment requires reciprocity from both parties. When we realize that we are in front of someone who is truly ready to build something by our side, we have to ask ourselves, am I ready too? Because commitment is not just about receiving, but giving. It's the daily decision to give yourself, to care, to give up certain things, to create a space where love can flourish. And this choice, this decision to be there in a genuine way, transforms the relationship into a source of energy and strength. These gestures, these conscious choices to prioritize each other, show us that commitment is not a prison, but a freedom that we only find in genuine love. Because loving and being loved in this way frees us from all masks, from all worries about games or tactics. It's a relationship where there is truth, where there is security. The person by your side does not try to change who you are, does not force you to adapt or mold yourself. On the contrary, they value and love precisely what makes you unique. And in this context, plans and dreams begin to emerge that you gradually build together. Maybe at first they are simple things like a trip, a short-term goal, or even a joint project. But these plans grow, because commitment is about seeing the future. It's about understanding that life can be lived together in a complete and truthful way. Each new shared dream, each conversation about what you want to build together strengthens the bonds, creates deeper roots, and makes the love stronger and more solid. For many, commitment may seem daunting, but it is actually one of the most beautiful steps we can take. It is the decision to walk together, to face the inevitable changes of life, but without letting go of the hand of the one we have chosen to be by our side. And when we realize that these signs are clear, that the person beside us is ready, it feels as if a new chapter is about to begin. It is an invitation to leave behind what holds us to the past so that we can embrace what the present has to offer. And in responding to this invitation, something transforms within us. We begin to understand that committed love is a constant choice, a daily construction that solidifies over time. It is through small gestures, honest conversations, and shared moments of vulnerability that the relationship becomes truly meaningful. And from this mutual dedication, this willing mutuality, arises a love that not only fills but also overflows, expanding into other areas of our lives. When you commit, you realize that love doesn't need absolute certainties, but rather trust. Trust that despite the highs and lows, the person beside you will be there to hold your hand, to offer support and to grow with you. And this trust is what sustains the relationship in difficult times. The person who is ready to commit to you does not give up easily. They see the value in what you are building together and thus fight to keep that connection alive and healthy. And maybe in the end, what we all seek is this: someone with whom we can share the journey, someone who is willing to go through the tough times and celebrate the joys with us, someone who sees in us not only what we are today, but what we can become together. This is the true commitment, one that doesn't depend on perfection but on an honest giving, and a willingness to build something that truly matters. So if you notice these signs, if you feel like you are with someone who is truly ready for commitment, cherish it. Allow yourself to live this experience. Let love blossom without fear of being vulnerable, without hesitation to give yourself. Because in the end, it is this giving, this choice to be present, that makes love the most enriching and transformative experience we can live. If you've read this far, it means something within you resonated with this message. Maybe it is a moment for reflection, to look at your own relationship or the people around you and recognize the signs. Commitment is more than just being together. It is an act of courage, of giving, of mutual choice. And when we find someone willing to build something real by our side, this is a rare gift, an invitation to go deeper and allow love to transform us. Now, I invite you to reflect on the signs in your own life. Do you feel that someone special is ready to commit to you? Or perhaps you are realizing that the time has come to take a step further. Share your experience in the comments. It is always inspiring to hear other stories and reflect on what we have in common. If this message touched you, leave your like and subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this. Let's continue this journey of self-discovery and deepening relationships together. And remember, true love is built daily, with sincere choices and acts of trust. See you next time.